Hi guys, today we will continue. Then one night the baby was ready. It's time for the play. Beautiful, says her mother and father. Pretty, says the baby. Pretty, pretty. Mama laughed. Baby likes your hat. Everyone will like it, right? My little one. You're a good girl. And you have made a beautiful, beautiful hat. The first thing Montana did the next morning was to look for her hat, but the hat was not where she thought she had put it. Maybe Mama took it, she thought to herself, and she ran downstairs to look. She did not have to look very far. There sat Baby, tearing up the hat. Pretty, says Baby. Tears filled Montana's eyes. Even Mama cried when she saw it. Oh, my little one, she says. I was doing the washing in the back of the house. I did not see Baby tearing up the hat. I must make another hat, says Montana. I have worked so long to give up now. Mama picked up the wash basket and put it in her hand. I will take out the wash, says, then we'll think about it. Oh, Mama, Bonnie said with excitement, there's a new hat right on your head. If I can really have the most beautiful hat, I will have the funniest hat. How they will laugh when they saw it. The children did laugh when they saw Bonnie's hat. They laughed at each other's funny hat too, but of all the funny hats in the school parade, Bonnie was the funniest. After they gave her a prize, Bonnie was too happy to walk. She had to run everywhere she went, for now she was not just a new girl anymore. She was a girl who made the funniest hat of all. Okay, now Grumpy. Now we will read another stories. It's called The Grumpy Catters. A hotter day had never been, says Grumpy Catters. Yet again. A drop of rain haven't seen. I'm looking at pale instead of green. The catter didn't complain and sigh until a man came riding by the rancher with his big rancher under the catter's fencing branch. The catter stood and said, "See here, I isn't hard enough without you near." The man, he only twitched his hand and did not seem to understand. He rested there for quite a while until a shock overtook his smile. He jumped away with a great alarm, and bushes are pricked from his arm. Okay, and today we'll read Chilla. Let's go to the content. You know Chilla, so we don't need to say it anymore. Okay, Chilla. Okay, I'll read you a story. It's from Chilla. Okay, it's called The Best Friend of Mattia. Mattia pulled his scarf up over his nose as he walked down the sidewalk to school. He knew that the faster he walked, the warmer he would feel. As the director opened the gate to let the student inside, Mattia greeted him with a handshake and a hug, and then pulled down his scarf just enough to say, "Bonjour, dear." The director knew that Mattia was different from other students. Mattia had told the director that he had learned about Jesus and that now he was a follower of Jesus. The director had heard about Jesus many times, but he did not know what it meant to be a Christian. Seeing Matthias smile every day at school made him begin to wish he were a Christian too. Matthias went to the classroom. His friends were happy to see him. They called out his name and he smiled and waved back. He set his backpack on the floor and stood behind his desk, waiting for the teacher. When the teacher came into the classroom, he announced that there would be a test. She told the children that could sit down and take out a pencil. Then the test had been passed out. Matthias smiled to himself. He had paid close attention in class and knew all the answers. When he had almost finished, a little paper ball hit his head. He turned to the side and his friend Louis was looking at him. What is it? What is the answer to question 7? Who asked quietly. Matthias shook his head. I can't tell, Louis. He says, try to remember. Why can't you help me? Says Louis. Then the teacher stood up with her eyes on the boy. She walked slowly to their desk. Matthias and Louis quickly looked back at their own papers. Matthias, did you give Luke answer for the test? She asked terribly. No, Pascal. Matthias said. The teacher looked at the student sitting behind Louis. Anna, is this true? She asked another student. Yes, Vanessa, says Anna. Matthias did not give any answer. That's good. I would have to send you both to the director if you were cheating, the teacher said, looking at them carefully. Matthias nodded at her, but Louis hung his head. They finished their test in silence. When the bell rang, Louis ran to catch up with Miss Matthias. Why didn't you tell me the answer? Asked Louis. I thought you were my best friend. You are a good friend, but I have an even better friend who didn't want me to cheat, says Matthias. Louis looks hurt. A better friend? Matthias and Louis had been friends since the first day of school. It's Jesus, says Matthias. Oh, Jesus, Louis says, with understanding. I know you're talking about Jesus all the time. He would not want to be dishonest and cheat, says Matthias. But he would want me to help you. How? Asked Louis. I can help you study, Matthias says. You can come to my house tomorrow after school, but we will have to be done by 7:30. That's when church starts. Louis smiled at Matthias. He was secretly glad that Matthias had not given up the answer for the test. He had saved both from getting in trouble. Matthias told him it was all about because Jesus, and now Louis wanted to know Jesus too. Maybe you could let's go with you to church. It would save time, I think, says Louis. That's a great idea, says Matthias. I will see you tomorrow. Matthias waved. Louis ran home as fast as he could. He brushed through the door and asked his mom if he could stay and go to church with Matthias. His mom was surprised with his question. I suppose you could go, she said, but I need to go with you. Okay, Mama, says Louis. And I can't leave your sister here alone, she says. They will come too. Louis thought that he would be just fine by himself, but he did not agree with Mama. His sister did not know where they were going, but they were very excited when Mama told them they each could wear a dress if they want. They hurried to their rooms to pick one. The next day, Louis' whole family came to Matthias' house. Matthias' mom was surprised but excited to meet a new friend. She quickly went to work, prepare more food for the guests at Luke's. Mattia studied. Mattia's mom prepared a delicious meal of chicken and rice, and the boys cleaned their plate in no time. After they had eaten, they all walked to church. At the corner, Mattia was excited that Luke's whole family could hear about Jesus. The pastor was very friendly and greeted each one of them as they walked inside. When he got up, he preached. He told the story of Jesus and how he died on the cross for forgiveness of sin. Before the church survey was over that night, Luke trusted Jesus be his Savior. His mom was very interested in what the pastor had said. She told Mattia's mother that they would come back every week. The next day at school, the rector being noted that Luke was different too. For the rest of the school year, Luke and Mattia told other children about Jesus. Those children told more children until the whole school had heard about the best friend of Luke and Mattia, and it all started with one little boy who decided to be like Jesus and do the right things. We will learn about Scotland. You excited? Yes. Wait. Here is the first story, but it is not exactly a story, it's a poem. Let's read. Happy Thoughts. The world is so full of number of things. I'm sure we should all be happy as king. That's a very, very, very short poem, right? So today, I'll read you another poem, but a little longer. It's called Singing. Of speckled eggs, the birdie sings and nests among the trees. The sailor sings of ropes and things in ships upon the seas. The children sings in far Japan. The children sings in Spain. The organ with the organ man is singing in the rain. Now we'll learn about England. And today I'll read you a poem. Its name is I Was a King by A. Miller. I often wish I were a king, and then I could do anything. If only I were king of Spain, I'd take my hat off in the rain. If only I were king of France, I could wash my hair from my aunt. I think if I were king of Greece, I'll push all the material peace. If I were king of Norway, I'll ask the elephant to stay. If I were king of Babylon, I'll leave my button glove undone. If I were king of Timbuktu, I'd think of lovely things to do. If I were king of anything, I'll tell the soldiers I'm the king. Now I read you a long poem. It's called The King Breakfast by A. Miller. The king asked the queen, and the queen asked the dairy maid, could we have some butter for the royal slice of bread? The queen asked the dairy maid said, certainly. I'll go tell the cow. Now before she goes to bed, the dairy maid she curtsied and went to tell the Andrew, don't forget the butter for the royal slice of bread. And Andrew said sleepily, you better tell His Majesty that many people nowadays like marmalade instead. The dairy maid said fancy and said to Her Majesty's. She curtsied to the Queen and she turned a little red. Excuse me, Your Majesty, for taking off the liberty, but marble is tasty if it is very thickly spread. The Queen said, oh, and went to His Majesty, taking off the butter for the royal slice of bread. Many people think that marmalade is nicer. Would you like to try a little marmalade instead? The king says, "Brother," and then he says, "Oh dear me." The king stopped it. "Oh dear me," and went to bed. Nobody, he whimpered, could call me a fuzzy man. I'm only wants a little bit of butter for my bread. The queen asked, there, and went to the dairymaid. The dairymaid says, there, and went to the shed. The cow said, there, I didn't really mean it. Here's milk for the porridge and butter for his bread. The queen took the butter and brought it to His Majesty. The king says, "Butter her," and bounced out of his bed. "No one," he says, and he kissed her sadly. Nobody, he says, as he slides down the basement. Nobody, my darling, could call me a fuzzy man, but I do like a little butter to my bread. Now we'll read of Netherlands. Okay, now I'll read you a little things about the Netherlands special poem. It's called The Little Dutch Hero. The Little Dutch Hero has become a well-known favorite in America, for liberty is even more popular among Americans than among the Dutch. If you were traveling to Holy Land, you would probably find a statue of a little Dutch hero in one of the many locations where tourists visit. Now we are reading about Australia. I'll read you a little small poems. It's called The Favorite Things. Raindrop, it's a song, so I will sing it. Raindrops and roses and whisker and kitten, Briley, Cooper, kettle, and warm wooden mittens. I will not sing, I'll just read. Raindrops and roses and whisker and kittens, bright copper kettle and warm woolly mittens, brown paper packets tied up with string. These are of my few favorite things: cream colors, ponies, and crisp apples too, doorbells, sleigh bells, and stitches with noodle, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things: girls in white dress with blue statues, lovelace that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winter that melts into the snow. Yeah. These are a few of my favorite things: when the dogs bite, when the bee stings, when feeling sad. I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Now I read you little poems in Spanish that are a little low. Scissor snatch, Silver snatch, Haley natch, Alice Gunpole, Ely watch. There was the Holly and a paw, Holly car in. Nah, I do not want to read it. Now I read you a little story. It's called Silly Natch that I just read. Yeah. This is Spanish, so I do not know about Spanish, so I do not read for you. Okay, Silly Snatch. One quiet winter night in Australia, the leader of a small church, Joseph Small, took a walk in the snow. He had been busy preparing for a Christmas Eve service, and his mind was full of thoughts about Jesus and the wonderful story of his coming to earth. As he looked at the peaceful city and beautiful sky, he wondered if Jesus had come to earth on a night just like this one. That he remembered a poem he had written a few years ago. Silly Natch. He thought a beautiful song it would be to add to their Christmas Eve church server, but there was no music to go with the word. Joseph quickly found the orphan player of the small church and asked if he could give his song some music. Just in time for the server, the orphan player came with a simple melody that fit perfectly with Joseph's poem. They sang it together with Joseph playing his guitar. Not long after it was sung on the snowy Christmas Eve, the song spread to Germany and pushed other countries around the world transported it into their own language. You know this song today is Silent Night, a love and a well-known Christmas carol. I sing you. Christmas night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round your wisdom, mother and child, holy and vain, so dear and mild. Sleep heavily, please. Sleep heavily, please. Okay, this is end of video. Bye.